Welcome to World Travel Made Easy with Itinerary Boss, the podcast for busy professionals, entrepreneurs, and business owners who want to travel smarter, save money, and plan unforgettable trips without the stress. I'm Ross, your host and the founder of Itinerary Boss. I spent a decade building a career in healthcare, software, and medical device sales while planning both personal and business trips across more than 20 countries. Whether it was group getaways with friends, couples trips, or just mapping out business territories, I became the go-to person for saving money on flights, organizing those logistics, and using points to elevate the experience. Now, as an entrepreneur and business owner, I help others do the same by showing you how to travel better using points, smart planning, and those proven strategies. Each week, we bring you expert guests, step-by-step tutorials on points and miles, and real-world itineraries that we've used to help you plan with confidence. Whether it's using points to travel better, exploring a new destination, or just learning how to maximize your spending, we've got you covered. Before we dive in, go ahead and grab one of our free tools in the show notes. One, the points and miles cheat sheet that'll help you get started earning and redeeming points to save thousands on travel, or the stress-free travel toolkit that includes a budget guide, packing checklist, and planning tips to save you time and hassle. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or busy professional looking to choose your next credit card or get help maximizing your everyday spending for rewards and booking free travel, book a free one-on-one consultation. You can find the link within the show notes or head over to itineraryboss.com. And if this episode helps you, please share it with a friend or family member, follow the show, and leave a 5-star review. It's the best way that helps us grow. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to another episode of World Travel Made Easy. On this week's episode, I'm excited to dive into lessons learned and best strategies for traveling professionals. So, whether you're a sales professional, you travel a lot, and are a marketing professional, or you're just a business owner and you travel a lot, this is going to be a great episode for you because I'm going to dive into from traveling for over 10 plus years personally and for business, some of the lessons I've learned. And when I got started out as a road warrior in the medical device field, I was staying a bunch of different nights in, Hilton's, Marriott's, flying. I was flying out of Dulles and was flying on United, American a lot, and always thought that status and being loyal to programs was the best way to start to earn points. It definitely was, but I think understanding what I know today and using credit cards to my benefit would have been an absolute game changer. So, a couple things to think about. Does your company pay for, your travel on a corporate card? Are you having to go through something like a Concur or Expensify? If the answer is yes, then also asking, you know, do you get to ask yourself, do you get to keep the rewards, at the hotels you're staying? Do you get to keep the airline points, right? And if you do, signing up immediately for all different types of programs. First, I think the most important thing is thinking through what hub is your home airport. So if you're in Charlotte, we're American. When I was in Northern Virginia and Dulles, it was a United hubs, but I signed up for all the different ones because when I was in my earlier 20s and was trying to find one of the cheaper flights, I would take different airlines. So I think that's very important, especially if you have an expense threshold that your company makes you take. That's one thing. Also, from a hotel standpoint, Hilton, Marriott, IHG, Hyatt, sign up for all them because, and we'll get into, having transferable currencies. When you're staying different places, they might not have different hotels. So if you're diversified, you're going to be able, and not just staying at Marriott's or just Hilton's, right? You're going to see the value of being able to do that. So just starting out there is very important. Next, you want to ask yourself, right? Do you get to pay for your travel with a personal card? So, for example, there was about a year and a half when I was at a startup where we paid for all of our travel on our personal cards, and then the company would reimburse us. So that's an absolute game changer if you do, because you can get, if you're traveling for work, you can get the points by staying at the hotels. So let's just say you stay at a Hyatt. You then can also get the points if you're flying. So you can, get the points on American, but you can also get the points through the credit cards that you're using. And then you can combine both of those to then fund your personal travel, which that's awesome. So what I always recommend is, And this is whether you can do, if you do get to use your card or if you don't, if you're personal and you have a corporate card and you have to use that, you still can earn the points for where you're staying. And you also can earn the points from your airlines. But I always recommend getting a transferable points card, whether that's through any of the big banks, whether it's through Chase, American Express, Capital One, because those you also have City Thank You points. They're not as much transfer partners, but those are transferable points, miles, rewards that you're going to be able to then use to send over to any airline as well as a lot of hotels based on who the transfer partners are. And then that way you're not solely focused on, oh, I have to stay this many nights. I have to fly this many to have status. A lot of the times that doesn't, really matter. And if you do stop traveling, then you're going to have all of those transferable miles and you'll already have those accounts set up and you will already understand kind of how this works with the different hotel chains as well as airlines. So getting started out, just asking yourself those questions, are you paying with the company card or do you get to do it personally? And then from there, really outlining your strategy. Today, I really want to dive into just first the personal cards for transferable ones, and then I'll also build out, right, if you are getting to use those, if you are traveling and paying with your own cards, how do you use the personal hotel cards to kind of double, triple, right, start to accumulate a lot more points. Whether you are, booking with your corporate card or if you're booking personally and being reimbursed, the go-tos that we always recommend are going to be your Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is an easy start. You're getting three times or you're getting two times the points on travel and you get transferable rewards. This has a good welcome offer a lot of the times. The American Express Gold is great if you're doing a lot of dining out. This is also good, right? If you do a lot of shopping at home, but also you can get, Amex has transferable currency, so that's great. And then if you start to get more into the premium travel cards, you have the Capital One Venture X, which has premium perks. You're getting Capital One miles; those are transferable. You also get one person for Priority Pass. Then you have the American Express Platinum, which is another one. You get a lot of perks. You get great travel insurance. You also get a lot of different credits, which we do a lot of different breakdowns. So you can find kind of those breakdowns on our website. And then you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This has been my go-to travel card. Hey, I wanted to take a quick break to say thank you so much for tuning into the show. The only way the show grows is through listeners like you helping us share it. So if you're enjoying the show, it'd mean the world to me if you hit that 5-star rating, shared it with a friend or family member who's ready to travel more, save money, or just needs a little bit more inspiration and that nudge. And if you're posting about it on Instagram, go ahead and tag Itinerary Boss, and we'll make sure to reshare it and shout you out for giving us a shout out. Thanks so much for the support. It truly means a lot. And now back with the show. They recently just updated it, so you're getting four times the points on all travel purchases, and which is nice because, if you're booking a lot of your hotels, flights, you're getting four times the points on those. So that's a great way to get started. And then you have transferable points that you can use. One of the biggest unlocks is using those points to transfer over to Hyatt. So that's for Ultimate Rewards through Chase. So that's a really good one. And then what's nice is, like I mentioned, if your company is not paying or if they're not giving you a corporate card to pay for everything and running it through Concur, running through Expensify, say you're having to pay for it. So like when I was doing it, I had the Reserve, and then I had a hotel branded card. So I was, you're paying for, say, all your flights on your Reserve, your Amex Platinum, your Capital One Venture X. And if you're doing that and you're just traveling simple routes, you can, book through the portal. And even if the flights are a little bit more expensive, you're then getting, let's just say for, Capital One, you could get 10 times the points, five times the points, Chase, eight times the points, right? American Express, another points accelerator. So you're starting to get those points accelerators through booking through the portal for your work travel, which if you're booking personally, we don't recommend it because you're not getting your points. You're not getting as much value on those. But if you're doing it through work, you're just trying to rack up as many as you can. So that's a best strategy. So let's just say you booked a $500 flight through the Chase portal, you would get 8 times the points on your Chase Sapphire Reserve. You would then have 4,000 points through booking just that one trip. So that's what we really like. You can do it. If you want to book hotels through it, you can. But where it really comes, what's nice is as you start to get more and more into this, if you want to get a hotel branded card, you can start to get, there's Hyatt, there's Marriott, there's Hilton, and there's IHG. So you can start to use those for welcome offers. So sometimes those will have, for example, 5 free nights, which then you can use. So what are 5 free nights look like? Like it's we found something for 4 nights, Grand Cayman, over $3,000 worth just from hitting a minimum spend. So that's on the IHG. They actually, as we're recording this, July 7th, 2025, they still have that same offer. But if you start to do those things with a Hyatt card, if you go stay at a Hyatt and you use you're eating at the Hyatt, you're getting snacks, whatever, you're getting 9 times the points on every dollar spent at that Hyatt. For IHG, with the one I just mentioned, it's 26 times the points. For Marriott, for Hilton, there's 14 times the points on one, there's 9 on another. So it's, you're starting to earn more and more. So you can start to combine. You see where it's going, where you can start to combine those from American Express, Capital One, Chase, whichever one you have, getting those points accelerators. You're also getting, if you have your airline alliances linked, right? Say American Airlines, for example, you're then getting AA Advantage miles because you are paying, you're flying, so you're getting those. And then if you're staying somewhere, and you're staying, let's just say at a Hyatt, you're earning money on those stays, but then you're also earning points on that co-branded credit card. So that's where you then can think through, okay, I'm earning all these points. Now I can use those to then fund my personal travel. So that's where it gets fun. It really depends on, and that's why I like to say, stay diversified because you may not be able to find, if you're going somewhere, it's harder to find a Marriott or Hilton or Hyatt. So if you have those different programs, you can start to build those up. And then, as you get more and more into this, you'll kind of realize, okay, this is where I'm staying more of, or if you're traveling and there's a preferred place your company wants you to stay. So all different things to think through. But those are a couple of my favorite strategies that I've accumulated over the years, and those will then fund a lot of your personal trips. Couple bonus strategies that are really good if you do have the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which is a 0% interest usually for an introductory period. There's also a $0 annual fee, but they do have um, categories each quarter where they'll give bonus, accelerators. So sometimes they'll have 5 times the points on gas. Or 5 times the points on, Instacart, things like that. So if you set reminders to check that, and just going to the portal and finding those, that's a way to earn additional points. Another thing too is if you do have a co-branded card, going into the different hotel portals. So if you went into, Hyatt, IHG, a lot of the times, Marriott, Hilton, they'll have different programs that, they're offering targeted spend offers on those. So being able to find different ones through Chase that have some of those is a great strategy. If you have American Express, using the Rakuten portal, and I showed this on a former episode, going into the Rakuten portal, changing it to earning membership rewards points instead of cash back. And then you'll start to earn those membership rewards points within the Rakuten portal, which is a free, if you haven't listened to other episodes or aren't familiar with Rakuten, it's a free cash back portal. So that's another easy way to earn points. Also, if you wanted to register for hotel program promotions, a lot of the times Marriott, Hilton, IHG, Hyatt, they run promos often. So just looking at those every once in a while, just to see, right, are there bonus points for booking through the app, staying 2 nights? Are there specific hotels they're wanting you to, stay at? And sometimes they'll have those just specific sales, and you can look at some of those where you can sign up and then you'll earn some of those bonus points. Another way to do that, another thing to do is link accounts for passive points. So you can do your Hyatt and American Airlines. So every time you fly on an American or vice versa, you stay at a Hyatt, you're earning the other points. So if you flew on an American flight, you'd earn Hyatt points, and then vice versa. That's another way. There's Delta Dining. You can connect your Lyft and Uber account. I know for my Uber or for my Lyft account, I earn Alaska miles each time we do that. So there's just ways to consistently earn points passively. It's just setting those up. And if you do have some of those cards that have a higher annual fee that give a lot of credits, just setting up some calendar reminders for those so you are taking advantage of those free perks. But that's all we got for today. Hopefully this was helpful. If you are a busy, traveling sales professional, these are strategies that we used. They're pretty simple. You just got to sign up for some of the awards programs. You have to, understand how are you paying for those expenses. If you are doing it on your own cards, um, I'm jealous, but let me know what you think. If you have any questions, and or any business owners, we do a free consult for them to help just pick out a card. And if you have any specific questions on what card might be best for you, we do have, our website is a great resource where you actually can look at the credit cards tab and it'll walk you through kind of exactly what you spend your money on, what's best. And we have a ton of different resources too, just throughout our podcast. And yeah, drop a comment, let us know what you think, or just reach out. We're always happy to help. Tune in next week. Thanks again, everyone.